Hey guys, how's it going? Today is May 28th, 2021. It is a Friday. It is Memorial Weekend. Some of you might have Monday off and some of you might have to work. I don't know. Whatever your job is, whatever life path you're on. And listen to this one. I don't even know if you can see him. Maybe I can turn it. Look how sad he is. It's raining and so he has to cry because he can't go outside. Anyway, enough about JR. So I was thinking about today's topic, and this fits perfect because I'm having some stress right now. And so I thought, what a perfect thing to talk about. Stressors, triggers, what makes you go boom and want to drink or pick up and drug. So there's been a little bit of stress here in the house the past couple of days, and it was nothing that we were in control of. And I might as well tell you, Jesse had a minor fender bender in the company vehicle. Totally not his fault, but company policy states that when an accident does happen, you have to go for a urine drug test, make sure everything is okay, and then you can go back to work. Well, this took nearly 3 days, and I was just freaking out thinking, oh my gosh, that's 3 days of salary that we're not going to have on the next paycheck. And we don't live paycheck to paycheck, but we set ourselves on a budget and we try and stick to it. So when there's, a kink in the chain, I personally just freak out. Anyway, all is well. Jesse went back to work today. We knew there was going to be no problems. But anyway, old Donna, active addictive Donna, would have been drinking my ass off. That would have been the greatest excuse ever to start drinking. Oh, well, Jesse's home and this and that and glug, glug, glug. I would have been 3 sheets to the wind within minutes. But now that I'm sober and I've got tools in my toolbox, I know how to handle stress better. Am I perfect at it? Hell no. No one is perfect. No one is perfect when it comes to trying to deal with stress. And then yesterday, we're outside in the backyard kind of messing around, and JR steps on a wasp. And he's screeching and screaming and howling and running around like a chicken with his head cut off. And we're trying to catch him and deal with it. And by the way, he's fine. We got the stinger out and used some baking soda and gave him a Benadryl and all as well. Again, stress. I would have used that as an excuse to drink. I would use anything for an excuse. I was thinking about that this morning. Pardon me while I kind of straighten this out. Thinking about that in the shower, I'm like, it's Tuesday. I'm going to get fucked up. I would use any excuse. And I know I'm not the only one. Yes, I'm talking to you. No, I'm just messing around. But it's nice to know that that I have these tools, and I'm feeling stronger and stronger every day in my sobriety. Now, in no way am I complacent. I know that I'm sober today. That's all I've got. I was sober yesterday, and yesterday is behind us. Yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery. I'm sober today, and I'm thankful for that. 24 little hours. Sometimes it's minutes at a time or seconds at a time. But the longer I'm sober and the more I utilize grounding techniques and doing my online meetings and reading the big book and doing some worksheets that I have, the better I feel. I'm not confident in my sobriety, but I feel strong in my sobriety. Does that make sense? Like, I feel like I'm a little bit more in control every day. But I know that the disease of addiction is right there, and anything can happen at any time. So I would love to hear from you in the comments how you deal with stress. And when something happens, what do you do? What's your go-to? Yesterday, I just had to remove myself from a situation with JR after taking care of him, of course, and just take big, deep breaths. Just like took 10 minutes to myself in my room, door closed, and just pulled myself together. When Jesse had that little fender bender, I grabbed my journal and I started journaling about it. And nothing, what I was writing about was negative. I try and keep negativity out of my journal. Hard negativity is what I mean. Like, God damn it, son of a bitch, where I'm like digging that pen into the paper and leaving marks. But I was like, this is what happened, and I'm feeling stressed out about it, and blah, 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 blah. And that's what I did for that situation, and it worked for me. So again, I would love to hear what you do when stressors happen to you. What else was I thinking about this morning? And really not too much, else has been going on. I'm having a good day. I don't know if most of you, I know most of you don't even know this. I am on disability, permanent disability. I've been home for 14 years, almost 15 years, and I suffer from failed back surgery. I've had 3 of them. One surgery I had was a revision where they took all this hardware out of my low back and then had to replace it. And I was on physical therapy forever because I had spinal shock and I was paralyzed. And so I ended up gaining a bunch of weight. And then I ended up having gastric sleeve surgery so that I could lose all that weight so I could get my mobility back. Look who wants to be here today. Look, I told you. It's driving him batshit crazy that he can't go outside. Excuse me. Anyway, so I've been dealing with some chronic pain issues for many years. And that's another subject I'm going to touch on in another video, is being a chronic pain patient and also being an addict. Now, I'm going to be very honest. My pain management doctor knows that I'm an alcoholic. I was very forthcoming with him, and he knew that I had been in the hospital for alcohol poisoning and that I had gone to rehab. And he holds me accountable. We do drug tests all the time to make sure I'm not doing any street drugs. He also tests for alcohol. I do pill counts. He could randomly call me. He could call me today and say, come on in, I need to count your pills. And I'm fine with that. Thankfully, my drug of choice was not opiates. Thank God, because chronic pain is no joke. I'm very responsible with them. And I have to be, because this chronic pain is not going anywhere. That's why they call it chronic. It's not acute. It's not, a short-term thing that I'm dealing with. But anyway, that's a whole other subject. Anyway, I think that's all we've got to say right now. I appreciate you guys tuning in, and be sure and like and subscribe and click the little bell to get notifications. We're going to put that at the end of today's video, aren't we? Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Anyway, I hope that you guys have a wonderful, fantastic Memorial weekend. Stay sober, make good choices. If you find yourself in a situation where people are using drugs or alcohol, you don't have to stay. You can remove yourself from that situation and bring your own car if you have to. Always have an escape route, because you don't owe anybody anything. No is a complete sentence. If you're offered drugs or alcohol, just say no and walk away. And if somebody says why, you say, because I said so. Enough said. Anyway, enough of that. You guys take care and stay out of the rain. Keep your powder in your pants dry. Talk to you later. Bye.